Hi, Chris here with another vinyl update of vinyl releases from New Zealand artists. In my last video I was complaining about a backlog of things I've ordered that hadn't come through, but the floodgates have opened and there's been a whole heap of great records come through in the last couple of weeks. I'll show you some here. First up, Trust Punk's Discipline, an Auckland punk band writing quite catchy, poppy kind of, this is kind of abrasive but quite catchy. It's been released on Australian label Spunk. One song in particular really stands out for me on here, Enemies, which is just kind of this kind of guttural kind of feel to it, which I really like, and I think that they'll, if they can record another album, hopefully there'll be more of that come through. But it's good. It's a good album. It's got this horrible picture on here, which I've heard in an interview is from a National Geographic magazine from the early 20th century. This woman locked in this box in Mongolia or Tibet or somewhere like that. So it's Auckland Punk's Trust Punks. Auckland record shop Real Groovy put together this compilation, A Day in My Mind's Mind, of New Zealand's psychedelic rock from the late 60s. It's done a really nice job of this. It follows on from a CD series compiling music of that type. This is a double LP gatefold and picking some of the best tracks from that era, from those CD compilations. The first 100 included the signature sheet of musicians who appear on the album. It's nice to have, and yeah, there's some cracker songs on here, many of them kind of aping an American psychedelic sound of the same era, but nice homegrown psych. Something I've been looking forward to for ages and ages actually, Jacob Signs. Their last album came out in 2008. There's a lot about the stories around why it took so long, broken hands and injuries and all sorts of problems and concern and anxiety around recording this. It's a double LP of brooding instrumental post-rock, up there with the very best in the world from that genre. An absolutely stunning album, likely to make my top 10 for the year. Highly awaited and highly recommended. This is the black vinyl version. There is coloured vinyl around as well, which hasn't appeared yet. This is New Zealand artist Fis, F-I-S, whose records hardly ever appear in New Zealand. He's fairly prolific. This will be maybe the 4th EP in the last 18 to 24 months. This is on Loopy Beat Records. It's called Speech Spirits, and he's often described as drum and bass, but this is more off-kilter and atmospheric, kind of squelchy and squishy. Really interesting stuff. I'm not a bass at all, but I really do like what he's putting out. There's 4 tracks on this, and as I say, it's on Loopy Beats, the first pressing I think on that label. But any of the EPs he's put out in the last 18 months or so are worth picking up. Here's a couple of things. This is from Japanese label Wonderful Noise, who have been releasing a lot of New Zealand kind of downbeat, new jazz, breakbeat over the last couple of years, people like Julian Dine and so on. And this is a compilation. It's going to come out on CD, but it's also been released on a series of EPs. So you've got EP1, it's called Conglomerates. Conglomerates EP1 is this 12-inch, EP2 is this 10-inch, and EP3 still to come, and that's a 7-inch, although apparently quite limited pressings of that, so I do hope I can get it. So across these two here, we've got people like Julian Dine, Shogun Orchestra, Christoph Altrauante, Ricky Gooch, Lady Six, She's So Rad, Isaac Asili. So it'd be nice to have all 3 of those to make the series. Conglomerates from Japanese label Wonderful Noise. They're producing and releasing lots of really great New Zealand music, but often in very limited pressings, available in Japan only, which is rather frustrating. A couple of new jazz releases now. Church, the latest from Mark de Clive Lowe, keyboard and piano player who has done stuff with the Rotterdam Jazz Orchestra, but on here is with a lot of kind of beat producers and vocalists, and kind of doing that kind of hip-hop, dance, jazz, crossover stuff that's been very popular over the last kind of 15 years or so. It's the limited double LP here, and yeah, really nicely produced actually. And in a similar vein is the latest from Nathan Haynes, who was producing that kind of same kind of material. He's a saxophonist, and also plays on here. What else does he play? Flute, trumpet, saxophone, a horn player, and he's done this kind of crossover dance stuff for years. But the last couple of albums of his have been kind of more analog only, right through the instrumentation and recording. But he's gone back here to more of a kind of dance, electronic kind of influence on his music with 5 a Day. I've got a signed copy of this. French for Rabbits, a duo originally from Christchurch and then Wellington, who I'd kind of pinned as an indie folk duo, but this has got much more going on, kind of brooding, atmospheric kind of sound here, and this is out on American label Lefse, L-E-F-S-E, and yeah, I'm really impressed with this. Great album actually, and as I say, quite a lot going on, more than you might think from initial thoughts of as an indie folk duo. And some really nice singing on here. My daughter was listening to it. She said, "Oh, she sounds all misty," and then I showed her the cover, and she thought that the cover just kind of suited the sound of the music perfectly. And what we're listening to now is Fausto Magistral, and this is a duo, New Zealander Will Greason, who went to Berlin late last decade, here in a duo with a woman called Duchamp, and this is kind of 4 long, drony pieces, which I absolutely love. I do like a bit of drone, and yeah, this just kind of slowly builds. It's never kind of reaches noisy. It's just yeah, just love a bit of drone. This is out on Last Station WaihekeRecords. Had to bring this in. I haven't seen this in New Zealand either. So as you can see, a bunch of great new releases out. And there are a few other things I'm waiting for. Hopefully they'll come soon. That Conglomerates EP3, a couple of other things that should have arrived by now that haven't. There's some coloured vinyl versions of the Jacob thing floating about that hopefully will be available soon. So do stay posted. I might get another video in on new releases, or perhaps my next video might be my top 10 for the year. Check out facebook.com/countingthebeat for radio shows, videos, vinyl news and so on, or check out my website www.countingthebeat.gen, that's gen.nz. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. Thanks for watching everyone.